Welcome to Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW, NXT, MLW, Fusion, NWA Power, and Inspire Pro Wrestling news and links for this week, being that it is the forgot what day it was. Anyways, on to the show. Prior signing to WWE, former Impact superstar Killer Cross worked the taping for MLW right at the time he was classified as a free agent. On MLW's weekly episode this week, Fusion on Be In Sports and his matchup from the taping, former heavyweight champion Filthy Tom Lawler. Check it out at this link, along with the full episode of Fusion. Episode number 101, that is, AEW stars Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes have released new t-shirts to Pro Wrestling Tees that will benefit different recovery funds related to the coronavirus pandemic. Cody's new red t-shirt will see all profits go to the United Way's COVID-19 Family Support Fund. The t-shirt is currently listed for $24.99. Cody tweeted, "The United Way has set up a fund benefiting victims, those affected by the COVID-19. All profits from the sales of the shirt go to that fund." Got that link for you as well. Jericho released another new The Rules of Jericho t-shirt. Actually, that's Jericho, that is. With Le Champion's Guide to Staying Safe during the COVID-19 outbreak. The rules are: wash your hands, cover your mouth, shut your butt. But he doesn't say that on a shirt. It shows $8 double signs. And at this link, the profits from Jericho's new $24.99 t-shirt will be donated to the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Response Fund. Jericho wrote on Instagram, "These are tough times, but I have few simple rules for all of you to follow to stay safe. Pick up the new #Rules of Jericho shirt at Pro Wrestling Tees. And all proceeds will be donated to the Who to Fight the #coronavirus, #Le Champion, #Shut Your Butt, #World Health Organization. Designed by We Are the Altar." Also, this link. When pro wrestling becomes mainstream, it helps the sport gain credibility. Recently, All Elite Wrestling's Orange Cassidy has been making waves around the world. He has been asked to appear on several programs, one in particular that would have been huge for AEW. ESPN's Katie Nolan has recently shared she is an AEW fan, tweeting about their shows. One wrestler that has caught her eye has been Cassidy. On AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night, Cassidy was on commentary but did not have much to say. Katie shared her thoughts, saying, "Orange Cassidy, electric on the mic." It was later revealed during an exchange that Cassidy was booed to be a guest for her Always Late show, but due to the coronavirus, the program was canceled. They had him booked as a guest for Always Late this week, but the show was canceled for obvious reasons, she tweeted. The coronavirus has affected the entire world. AEW is currently holding a show with no fans inside the arena after canceling events in several arenas, while WWE has had shows take place inside the Performance Center. WrestleMania, meant to take place at Tampa, is scheduled to take place now inside the PC Center as well, Performance Center. Madison Square Garden in New York City issued the following alert to confirm that WWE Live event scheduled for this Sunday, being March 22nd, has been rescheduled for Saturday, June 27th. The change was made due to the coronavirus pandemic. The event for Shreveport, Louisiana, Bossier City, has been totally canceled. AAA Rey de Reyes was scheduled to happen on March 21st in Merida, featuring AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega versus Laredo Kid. The event has now been postponed due to coronavirus pandemic. A new date has not been yet confirmed or announced. CMML announced starting last night's show at Arena Coliseum in Mexico City. All shows are now on hold. CZW unapproved March 21st, and tonight's Women's Superstar United 13th anniversary show will take place and stream on Fight, but there will be no live audience on either show. Didn't get any results, so it won't be posted. Border City Wrestling also announced, due to the St. Clair College canceling all on-campus activities until early April, no event can take place during that period of time. Impact Wrestling has been scheduled a lockdown event, which is obviously not happening now. According to a Wrestling Observer, Japanese wrestling promotions DDT Pro, Stardom, and dragongate will be resuming live shows with an audience this coming week. Reports are that the recent meetings between government officials and coronavirus experts have determined that the virus has been limited to only a few certain parts of Japan. While large gatherings are still not encouraged, the belief is that schools will be reopened and sports entertainment will be able to resume shortly. Dragongate is set to run an event on Sunday from Kobe, while Stardom will hold a show from the historic Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan on Tuesday. No word yet from the country's biggest wrestling promotion, New Japan Pro Wrestling. They were hoping to resume action on March 31st, but an announcement has yet to be made. MLW episode number 90 can be found in this link. Like I said, that's your episode with Killer Cross in it, debuting. AEW has announced it. The Dynamite schedule for April 15th from the Agonis Arena has been rescheduled to the coronavirus pandemic. A new location for April 15th Dynamite episode will be announced soon. It will still air live on TNT that night. AEW will return to the Agonis Arena in Boston on August 5th for Dynamite. AEW's full statement on the latest scheduled change due to the COVID-19 outbreak can be seen later on in this video. They thank fans for understanding and said they will continue to closely monitor the situation. They also confirmed that Dynamite will air live from the closed set location with essential personnel only. A second week in a row, you will hear the results later on. For the time being, AEW Dynamite from April 15th, Boston rescheduled. AEW wrote, as a precautionary measure against COVID-19, the AEW Dynamite show on April 15th in Boston, Massachusetts will be relocated. The relocated show will be televised live on TNT on April 15th. Until further notice, live episodes of Dynamite will be produced at closed set locations with essential personnel only. The Dynamite show in Boston will be rescheduled for Wednesday, August 5th at Agonis Arena. Fans who were already purchased tickets to the Boston show will be offered a refund by point of purchase or have their original ticket valid for admission to the event on August 5th. Additional details will be forthcoming. We appreciate your understanding as the safety and well-being of our fans and talent is always top priority. We will continue to closely monitor this event situation related to COVID-19 and be guided by government officials, health organizations, and venue management. NWA announced that they will be suspending their live events until June. This includes the Crockett Cup pay-per-view and NWA Power tapings. Crockett Cup was originally scheduled on Sunday, April 19th in Atlanta. The health and safety of our residents, in-house, and NWA staff and fans are the utmost importance during the global pandemic of COVID-19. We look forward to seeing you all soon. Over in the UK, TNT Extreme Wrestling also announced that they will be canceling the live events until June. Promotion held their last show, Ignite the Fire, on Sunday, this past weekend. Beyond Wrestling announced that they will be canceling their Big Balls event that was scheduled on Sunday. Not talking about Vince McMahon's balls, you know, the grapefruits. April 5th. The promotion on Twitter talked about the difficulty of holding an event under the conditions set by the medical professionals during the COVID-19 pandemic. They also talked about the high set of logistics operating a show outside of their home territory in New England. Cancellation is one of many during WrestleMania weekend, including the Bullet Club Beach Party, which was also canceled. The move comes after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis commented, recommended the canceling of mass gatherings, thus being WrestleMania as well. Scott Steiner collapsed at an Impact taping in Georgia earlier in the month. 57-year-old underwent a heart procedure and was in stable condition. And as of this video, he has been released and doing fairly well. Also reported, Steiner had made an appearance at a New Era's independent wrestling show this past weekend and stood ringside for one of the matches. New Era unloaded this video of the match, which you can watch. Before the match started, Steiner provided an update to fans about his status. A lot of people come to me praying for me, giving me their best wishes, and I appreciate it. But I'll tell you what, it happened on Friday night, Steiner said. I actually do not remember walking to the ring, talking, walking back to the ring, and collapsing. I actually don't remember Friday night. I don't remember Saturday night either. But as I entered the hospital, I'm freaking the nurses out because I don't remember nothing. I'm a wild man. I'm asking, why am I here? I got to get out of here. At that point, my wife walks in. She says, oh, don't worry about it. All I have to say is, it's me. Steiner revealed that he ended up dropping some Steiner math when the doctors told him that only 8% of people would have lived through the procedure that he went through. But I was sitting on the hospital bed. The doctor came up to me and said, the procedure that happened to you, most people would have had an 8% chance of winning, of getting off the bed, of living. I said, Doc, every time I step in the ring, I have 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. What do you think my chances are jumping out of this business? Steiner was originally scheduled to appear at the TNA No Place Like Home throwback event during WrestleMania weekend. However, that event has been canceled. And at the event here, Steiner, for that. A few days ago, AAA announced that their AAA Day Reyes event was scheduled for March 21st, and Merida was postponed to be due to the COVID pandemic. The event was set to feature AAA Mega Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega versus Laredo Kid. I mentioned about it earlier. A new date has not been announced yet. However, AAA announced that all events will be canceled until further notice. Twitter account Lucha Blog summarized the statement that AAA put out on Twitter. All AAA events are off until further notice. AEW Dark episode number 25 at this link shows, as if you watched my video from last week, I gave you the spoilers. Well, that's for this week. Impact Wrestling has announced that the Lockdown pay-per-view scheduled for March 28th in Windsor, Ontario, and the March Breakdown event scheduled for March 29th in Belleville, Michigan, have been postponed due to the coronavirus pandemic. The announcement from Impact noted that they will update plans as the situation evolves. We continue to monitor the situation actively and are reviewing the recommendations from the appropriate government agencies and local communities, particularly as they relate. There's No Place Like Home scheduled for April 3rd and Rebellion scheduled for April 19th. We'll continue to update our plans as the situation evolves. In the meantime, you can still join us on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. on Axis for Impact, which is 7 Central. Don't forget, somebody else said they were not going to wrestle anymore until it gets fixed. Go to my previous videos to find out who I'm talking about. Darby Allin has been one of the fastest rising stars in AEW since All In was at the New York Toy Fair, where he discussed how skateboarding is a big reason why his mindset towards fear and injuries is different from others in wrestling. All the years of skateboarding that I've done, it's trained me because I've fallen on concrete my whole life. And at the end of the day, I really don't care if I break my arm or break anything. All that said, I know that sounds ludicrous and crazy, but it's in my nature. Can't explain, but there's no real fear when I step in the ring. AEW announced that they will be releasing their first action figures in August called Unrivaled, with the initial wave including the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, Cody, and his wife Brandy, all of the Elite. All In was asked about AEW releasing their first line and potentially having its own AEW action figures one day. I've been looking forward to this. It's sincere. All In said, AEW starts in October, and what we've been able to accomplish in such a short time is insane. These toys being released, this is a big milestone for sure, and I'm definitely happy to be a part of it. I'm all down for making these custom for me because I am a very artistic person myself, and I totally want everything I do to have its own Darby Allin feel to it. All In also revealed that he is making his own movie this summer. I did go to a film school, and I was making a new movie, All In stated, and he's not just a star in the movie, he's also directing it. I did the screenwriting and directing in it, as he said. I'm not just acting in it. I'm not acting in the movie. I have all my crazy friends and family members acting in it, and we're going to start making it in June. The second wave of AEW action figures is set to include Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, MJF, Dustin Rhodes, Pentagon, and Phoenix. Fans looking to grab Darby Allin figure will most likely have to wait for the third wave. Stardom recently held a press conference announcing the bracket for Stardom's annual Cinderella tournament. The tournament is a one-day singles elimination tournament where the winner will receive a title shot of their choosing. Past winners will have been Mayu Iwatani, NXT's Toni Storm, Momo Watanabe, and last year's winner Arisa Hoshiki. Houston Thunder Liger will return to Stardom as a special guest. Liger did guest commentary in Stardom's No People Gate show as part of New Japan's partnership with Stardom through their parent company, Bushiroad. The show featured no fans in attendance and is a show that was canceled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but fans will be allowed to on the March 24th show. Fans will undergo a physical check with their temperature taken. Fans will not be allowed entry if temperature is over 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Stardom also announced that masks will be distributed for free. Stardom announced that the first round of the tournament will be live on YouTube, with the rest of the tournament set to be on Stardom World Midnight Japan time. The first round matchups will be as follows: Momo Watanabe versus Starlight Kid, Jungle Kiona versus Guria, hope I pronounced these names right, Konami versus AZM, Shuri versus Jamie Hayter, Tam Nakano versus Saki Kashima, Natsuko Shuko Tora versus Seiya Kamatani, Utami Hashish Tai versus Micah, Mayu Iwatani versus Hana Kimura. After Dark, Season 2, Episode number 12 from AEW at this link. Live site taping of the event were recorded after the live AEW Dynamite show on TNT. 4 matches were filmed before the live taping, and another 4 after, from what Wrestling Inc. has Hearing of matches likely for AEW Dark the next 2 weeks. Could also be used for AEW Dynamite next week if the show go on as scheduled. Match of tape for AEW Dynamite. Jake Hager defeated Joe Alonzo. This match was said to be a squash match. SCU defeated Shawn Spears and Robert Ego Anthony. Robert Ego Anthony was the first to be tried out as Shawn Spears' new tag team partner. Following the loss, Spears beat up Anthony. I guess that wasn't him. To be on it. Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall defeated Matt Sells and John Cruz. Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford defeated Suge D. The match was said to be well received and featuring Suge getting a fair amount of offense in on Sabian. Match of tape for AEW Dynamite for Wednesday night. Wardlow defeated unknown name. We were told that the person Wardlow squashed was from Tennessee. Nothing other than that. Cole Commander defeated Brandon Cutler, formerly of Impact Wrestling. The match was said to be stopped at some points and reshot. We're told Cabana appeared to be visibly frustrated. Joey Janela and Sonny Kiss defeated Corey Hollis, and an unknown wrestler. Darby Allin defeated Kip Sabian. Dynamite this week opens up in the ring with Cody Rhodes. A very heart-spoken speech. Arena darkened with a spotlight on him. Addresses the current worldwide situation. Says we as human beings have to stand together, and for now, that means at a distance. Right now, it's 6 foot distance. The camera shows the empty building. Cody says he refuses to live in a prison of fear. He feels alive, and he hopes the fans at home feel the same. Cody then talks about his fellow stablemates. He tells Matt his anger towards Hangman Page is misplaced. Says he needs to carry Nick Jackson's giant heart so the Elite can get the advantage at Blood and Guts, their next pay-per-view or whatever. And then he moves on to Hangman Page and notes that he said over and over Page is the best wrestler in the company. He tells Page he lost to Jericho for the title, so did he. It's time to get over it. And the reason the Elite wins at Blood and Guts, Cody even talks about Kenny Omega, how they are friends, but constantly banter about who's law and 1B, 1A and 1B. Cody says he needs Omega. He needs the real Omega tonight, the best bout machine. Matt and Kenny make their way out to the ring. Cody holds the ropes open for them. And all AEW Wrestling, and Cody Rhodes opens the show with words that are significant to current times and to Blood and Guts. Omega takes the mic and says he agrees. He and Cody haven't seen eye to eye, but here they are. Omega said that the world is falling apart, and they don't even know if they will have Dynamite next week. But if it's up to him, they want to go out the same way they came in, as the Elite. Matt gets on the mic and says, it's just the 3 of them in the ring. Where's Paige? Nick is out indefinitely. Where's Paige? Heyman finally strolls out with his beer, and Bud stays on the stage, staying his distance. At TD_Wrestling, you can count on at the Adam Page. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Matt says he knows things have been weird lately. He's asking Paige, as a man, will Paige stand with him tonight? And next week, Paige nods and gives them cheers, then heads to the back. As he made his way to the ring and just does that. Still, no touching. Omega talks to the camera. He says he knows that they are out there and he can feel their energy. So all they can do is give them the best possible show. Omega calls for the lights and the pyro. They go off and the Dynamite music plays. Where you're shooting up for fireworks? Pyro. JR, Taz, and Excalibur on commentary. They run down tonight's matches. It will be Cody, Matt Jackson, Heyman Page versus Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz in a 6-man match. All the wrestling on TNT, AEW on TNT, are at the _MJF and at Perfect 10 in gambling on these matches. as they're seen passing money around. The nerve of these guys. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. At ringside, Tony Schiavone talks with MJF and asks him about tonight. MJF says he was offered money to wrestle tonight, but he'll pass and let the mid-card entertain tonight. Apparently, he and Shawn Spears are gambling on tonight's matches. MJF asks Tony if he wants to get in on the action. And his manager was there with him. Brandy Rhodes doing ring announcing tonight with Justin Roberts, not at the show. A couple of wrestlers are watching at ringside. Colt Cabana, Sonny Kiss, Frankie Kazarian, MJF, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, and others. Mr. Blanchard, Tony Blanchard, still in corner. Orange Cassidy joins commentary. Later on on the show, Jake Roberts appears. Also, in the audience was his guy, formerly known as Lance Archer. Best Friends versus Lucha House Party. Well, also joining commentary, Orange Cassidy. Back and forth, shots by Phoenix and Trent. Trent with a standing double stomp. Sam Merrick kicks in the head. Taylor tags in. He flexes for Trent. MJF yells out, "Don't let the haters get to you. You're in great shape." For a potato, camera cuts back to Cassidy, who may or may not be sleeping. Has his shades on and just got his feet on the table. Trent back in the ring. Shoulder block on Phoenix. Camera keeps showing the wrestlers watching the match. Gives at least some noise in the background. It's not just totally silent. TD_wrestling says Orange Cassidy making a lot of noise. Not really. In the suddenly very crowded announcer of the year category. Just don't make a lot of noise around at Orange Cassidy. Thanks. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, AEW on TNT. Taylor's at the floor. The Chucky T. Double super kicks to Trent's head. Covers for a 2 count. Pentagon gets in the ref's face for a moment. Then lands a big chop to Trent's hamstring. Then lands another big one. Spears and MJF enjoying some wine as they watch the match. Double team move. Big splash on Trent. Phoenix drop kicks Taylor off the apron. Cassidy finally stands up and stares at Phoenix. Trent takes down Pentagon Jr. Phoenix drops Taylor, and all 4 guys are down and out. Back inside the ring, Pentagon with a thrust kick to the face of Trent. Covers for a 2 count. And AEW Wrestling says leap of faith by at Orange Cassidy. Hands in his pocket and just drops out. Back and all. Trent with a tornado DDT, tags in Taylor. Phoenix is in, takes a clothesline, then a tilt-the-world backbreaker. Pentagon gets in the ring, but gets taken out by Taylor. Assisted cutter on Phoenix. Best Friends go in for a hug, but doing the elbow bump instead. Phoenix and Pentagon with a double super kick. Taylor on the ramp. They look to finish him off, but Cassidy makes his way down the stage. Taylor shoves Pentagon and Phoenix off the ramp, then distracts the referee. Trent holds the 2 opponents, and Cassidy does a no-handed splash on them. Back in the ring, Taylor with a package pile driver covers for a 2 count. Best Friends looking for a strong 0. No luck. Referee distracted again. Pentagon with a low blow kick on Trent, then boots Taylor to the floor. Package pile driver, double salt combo for 1, 2 count. 1, 2, and 3. Winners of the match, Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix by pinfall. After the match, Tony talks with Best Friends right after the match. Taylor doesn't appreciate his friends getting kicked between the legs. He wants a rematch. They challenge the Lucha Brothers to a parking lot street fight on next week's show. If there is a next week's show, they said earlier. Penelope Ford versus Hikaru Shida versus Rio versus Chris Statlander. Fatal 4-way dance. Rio and Ford immediately start fighting after Ford beat her on the on the dark episode from the previous week. Statlander and Cheetah look for a double suplex on Ford. She blocks it and tries to fight them off. Saban gets involved and trips up both women. They end up landing massive forearms on him. Ford heads out. but he also gets dropped. Back in the ring, other three women battle each other. GT underscore wrestling says, and Riho underscore GTMV takes flight. Rio gets sent out to the floor. Sheeta with a thumb to Statlander's eye. Covers for a 2 count. Statlander with a big lariat. Ford leaps off the top rope. Has a bad landing though. Rio and Ford dispatch Sheeta. Rio with a forearm to Ford. Rio hits the low drop kick on Sabian. Ford is able to attack from behind. Ford with a double handspring back elbow to Rio in the corner. Sabian tries to help Ford. Eats a flying knee. AEW Wrestling says that the Kip Sabian tries to get involved again. Rio tries for the snapdragon. Sheeta with a boot that finds Rio's face. Ford then drops Sheeta. Statlander back in the ring, drops Ford. Boots Sheeta in the head, pancakes her, and then throws Rio down on Sheeta. Ford with a second rope. Poison Rana on Statlander. Sheeta is right on Ford. Ford tries for a handspring cutter. Gets kicked in the back. Sheeta with a Falcon Roll covers for a 2 count. Sheeta with a running knee strike on Ford for the 1, 2, 3. AEW on TNT at the penalty forward set. Call me Chris Tat for a hashtag AEW Dynamite. Winner of the match, Hikaru Shida by pinfall. Back at ringside, Tony talks with Colt Cabana, noting he's currently 2-0. He asks Colt if he's scout. Colt says this is weird, but he's scouting for sure. Colt says the women's division is looking great, and he's pretty sure none of them will buy him. Reference to Shayna Baszler biting Becky Lynch. Colt thought the match was great. Thought Ford did a great job and would have maybe won if she didn't have her boyfriend getting involved so much. Sabian is still at ringside and comes over, asking if Colt wants to go. Then shoves him. Colt tries to laugh it off. He gets shoved again, and then slaps Sabian. Then goes back to Ford and helps her to the back. Earlier in the day, Tony Schiavone talked with Jon Moxley outside of Daly's place, where it was filmed and did the show. Tony says Moxley isn't medically cleared for action, so he can't enter the building. Moxley says he goes where he likes and can't believe not being allowed to enter. Instead of causing chaos, is going to take a little drive using the car he took from the Inner Circle. Moxley says he will see Inner Circle soon and wouldn't miss blood and guts for the world. Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus versus the Butcher and Blade. Butcher and Blade with MJF, who hands over a couple bucks. Looks like Tarzan wrestles like Jane. MJF yells. Jungle Boy works over Blade, covers for a 2 count. Jungle Boy with a springboard arm drag, ducks some elbows, then gets hit with the kitchen sink. Jungle Boy gets worked over by Butcher. Big chop to the chest. A GTD underscore wrestling. Quality teamwork from a boy underscore myth underscore legend. And at Luchasaurus. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW TNT. Jungle Boy throwing chops. Butcher drops him with 1 chop. Blade back in the ring. Clothesline covers for a 2 count. Jungle Boy has been getting destroyed for a long time. Really needs to tag out. Finally lands a big lariat on Blade to potentially get to his corner. But it's stopped. Jungle Boy gets on the second rope, kicks Butcher away, leaps over Blade, then attacks in Luchasaurus, who lands a bunch of big kicks, hits him a rough-looking moonsault off the apron to Butcher. Back in the ring, he drives Blade face into the mat. Spinning kick, plants him into the mat, covers for a 2 count. But Butcher broke it up. Jungle Boy with some shots to Butcher. He then ends up getting dumped out to the floor. A TD underscore wrestling says, and Luchasaurus going to work. Luchasaurus and Butcher throwing forearms and shots. B&B. Go to work on Luchasaurus. Double team move. Covers. Jungle Boy breaks it up. MJF yells for the finisher right now. Luchasaurus breaks it up. Butcher gets it sent out to the floor. Double team cutter on Blade for the victory. Commentary putting over MJF cost Butcher and Blade the match by yelling instructions from ringside. Winners of the match, Jericho Express by pinfall. He has arrived. Hashtag join Dark Order. Hashtag AW Dynamite on that TNT drama. The Exalted One on TNT. AW on TNT. March 19th, 2020. Ibu, Uno, and Grayson out to the ring. Uno says the Exalted One is here, and the rest of the members will see what he's seen. He promised the Exalted One is near. He never lies. He said the Exalted One is near a couple of times. Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels come to the ring. Daniel tells them to stop. He's tired of the lies. He says the Dark Order hasn't made anyone any better, and that he's sick of it. Daniel says there's no Exalted One, and it's just Grayson and Uno. Music begins playing. Via a video, a masked man walks forward. We do what we want when we want. If I want something, I take it. But he moves the mask, and it's none other than Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper from NXT and WWE. Lee says Daniels is unsafe now, thanks to all of his talking. You are not the first out of touch old man who didn't believe in me, but I'll make dang sure you are the last. Back in the ring, Lee is behind Daniels and Kazarian. He, Uno, and Grayson attack the two guys. John Silver and Alex Reynolds get in the ring. Uno yells, "Who are you?" The rest yell, "We are one." As Lee stands at the front of the pack, he then walks in the back. Ringside, Tony talks with Lance Archer and Jake Roberts, who I told you was already in the crowd. Tony answers they are here at ringside for 2 weeks. Why are they here at ringside for 2 weeks in a row? Robert says Archer is not here to talk. Robert says he gave Cody a warning, but Cody hasn't said a thing. Robert continues that they don't play games. He understands Cody wanted to stay out of harm's way, but to ignore them completely, Roberts isn't okay with that. He tells Cody it's time for him to stand up and meet Archer. He says Cody had a chance to meet them, but now he's going to have to get Cody's attention. At AEW on TNT, the Murder Hawk Monster and Lance Hoyt is ruthless. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. A video of Lance Archer at the Murder Hawk Mansion. We see a ring out back with a bunch of people surrounding it. Backyard wrestling style. A ring announcer says, "Who's ready to try or die against Archer?" He gets into the ring, and his first opponent tries him. There's like 4 or 5 guys in the ring, but gets completely destroyed and chokes him out of the ring. Another guy gets in. Well, they're all like around the ring, on the ring apron. Takes a big boot and is planted to the mat. The opponents get bigger and bigger. But it didn't matter as they each get taken down. Jake Roberts watches from a distance. Archer ends up taking out everyone in the ring, along with a final challenger, who he just choked Shams on the hood of a car. Commentary announced a new match for next week. Wardlow versus Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match. Gun Club is in the crowd now. Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz with Sammy Guevara versus Cody Rhodes, Hangman Page, Matt Jackson with Arn Anderson and Kenny Omega. Winners receive entry advantage for next week's Blood and Guts match. Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall in the crowd for the match. Jericho joins commentary. Guevara sang his theme song badly. Hangman Page hands washing, hand sanitizer, what have you, was used for the graphic. Cody teases a shirt toss. Of course, there's nobody in the crowd. The rest is in the crowd go wild for it, but he tosses it to Brandy. MJF yells at Cody, "Where did you get that tattoo? Six Flags?" Cody's attention stays on MJF for a moment. He and Santana start the match. Cody with a spinning power slam. Santana able to get the shot to the midsection. Tags in Ortiz. Double suplex. The TD_Wrestling says and Cody Rhodes catches Santana with a power slam. Jackson tags in. Double axe handle. Cody then tags right back in and beats up Ortiz. Some more. Page already barking orders about not getting into the match. Page then runs in and boots Ortiz right in the face. Matt takes care of Santana, but Page tags himself in. Santana immediately beats up Page, but then eats two big clothesline by Page. Cody tags in. Ortiz with a cheap shot. Santana clotheslines him out of the ring. Eats a super kick. Ortiz sends Cody into the apron. Hager, Ortiz, and Santana doing a 1 minute stall suplex. Covers for a 2 count. @TD_wrestling says that Cody Rhodes will meet you at the Crossroads. Hager back in the ring with full control on Cody. Hager with a front face lock, then drives Cody into the corner. Ortiz tags in, shot to the midsection, working over Cody until Cody hits Crossroads on his opponent. Ortiz able to tag in Hager, but Cody jumps him to the floor. Santana knocks both Page and Matt off the apron, so it's 1-on-1 in the ring. Cody and Ortiz out on the floor. Cody throws Ortiz into MJF outside the ring. Wardlow chokes Cody. Arn smacks Wardlow with his clipboard. Back in the ring, Matt hitting a trio of Northern-like suplexes on Santana. He tries for one on Hager. Nope. Page gets it in there, and they hit double suplex on Hager. Page and Matt go for the indy checker, but Hager yanks Page down to the floor. Santana with a tricky roll-up on Matt for the 1-2-3. Winners of the match, Hager, Santana, and Ortiz by pinfall will get entry advantage for Blood and Guts match. Supposedly next week in an empty arena. After the match, Inner Circle celebrate together on stage. Jericho's back on the microphone, says that they have all the advantages. Jericho says he's banning all fans from the events until he says so. He doesn't care what's going on in the world. They are gone until he says no. He says so. Jericho taunts the Elite, and they only have 4 days, or 4 guys. While they have 5 guys, continues that the Elite doesn't stand a chance. He says Inner Circle just wins. They haven't shown a crack as a crew. Keeps saying when it comes time for Blood and Guts, Jericho calling out Brandy and Dustin Jones suddenly flies above the ring. It's Vanguard 1. You know, the drone that the Hardys use in Impact Wrestling. Matt Jackson gets on the microphone and says, Jericho, what's wrong about how many guys the Elite have? Matt says he made a phone call to a friend who owed him a favor. Up in the rafters, it's Matt Hardy. Staying silent, Inner Circle looks on as Matt does the Elite taunt as the show comes to a close. Afterwards, AEW has announced that the special Blood and Guts episode of Dynamite on TNT has been postponed. AEW issued a tweeted statement tonight from the president and CEO Tony Khan, which also noted that next Wednesday's Dynamite episode will feature Chris Jericho confronting Matt Hardy, who just made his debut this past Wednesday night to side with the Elite. Matt will be teaming with the Elite to face Jericho in the Inner Circle when the Blood and Guts match does happen. Khan says Blood and Guts is being delayed because the time and circumstances aren't right for the card they had planned for next week. He added that the show will happen when the time is right. We plan to continue answering that calling with the live weekly shows every Wednesday night on TNT, but the time and circumstances aren't right for the card we had planned for next week, but Blood and Guts, Khan said in the statement. That show will happen when the time is right. But what you can count on instead this coming Wednesday night is a great live episode of AEW Dynamite featuring Chris Jericho confronting Matt Hardy face to face, 1-on-1 for the first time ever in a tremendous night of wrestling action. As noted, this week's AEW Dynamite episode was moved from the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York to Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida due to the coronavirus pandemic. Next week's Blood and Guts episode of Dynamite was moved from the Prudential Center in Newark, New York, likely to Jacksonville as well. AEW will return to Rochester on July 8th, and they will return to Newark on July 22nd. Possibly those episodes will have your blood and guts. All AEW events being held in a closed set location will not have regular crowds due to the outbreak. This week's show featured talent in the crowd to add some noise and life to the show. Regarding next week's Dynamite show, AEW announced the following matches segments, except for the huge blood and guts cage match, will take place at a later date with the Elite versus the Inner Circle. Jericho confronts Matt Hardy, MJF versus Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match. Best Friends versus Lucha Brothers in a parking lot brawl. No word yet on the lumberjack match. And the parking lot brawl will take place this coming week. Actually, it says it's Monday or at a later date when Blood and Guts episode happens. Also noted earlier in the day, AEW star Matt Hardy took to Twitter and praised the last night's episode of Dynamite on TNT, which saw him make his debut at the end of the show. Hardy said last night's Dynamite was the best audience-free pro wrestling show yet, and he is ready to fight for that. AEW Vice President Cody Rhodes, who will team up with Hardy and other members of the Elite to face the Inner Circle in the upcoming Blood and Guts match, responded to Matt's tweet with a quick message to welcome him to the company. Matt responded to Cody and said he's excited to change the world with Cody. He wrote, "Thank you. I am very honored and proud to join at AEW Wrestling, a company that takes pride in listening and respecting their loyal audience. Excited to change the world with you." On a related note, Cody responded to some fan criticism on Twitter on Thursday, as I'm doing this video later in the week. One fan responded to Cody's welcome message to Matt and criticized AEW for being in former WWE talents like Hardy and Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper, who also made his debut for the company on last night's Dynamite. The fan has since deleted his tweet. Cody's response still live. Cody wrote, "Talent is talent. Merit-based company. We have a great roster from all types of places, mainly blossoming independent stars. It's a great balance." Other fan responded to Cody's great balance comment and pointed out how AEW has a number of other WWE stars: Hardy, Harper, Jim Ross, Chris Jericho, Dustin Rhodes, Pac, Cody himself, and others. Cody wrote back and named several talents who haven't been signed to WWE, including Darby Allin, Luchasaurus, Orange Cassidy, Britt Baker, Jungle Boy, and Private Party. Cody wrote, "Darby, Luchasaurus, Orange, Britt, Jungle Boy, Private Party, etc., etc., etc. More unknown than known. Fresh is a term we like. Nice balance. Fresh approach." Cody also welcomed Lee to the company, writing, "And welcome at this Brody Lee to AEW. Thanks to all those watching last night." In other news on Cody, he has launched a new text community through community.com. We noted on Wednesday night at a link, Young Bucks had also launched a new texting phone number. I'll post that as well. At this link, you can join the community by sending a text message to 904-204-1263. AEW tweeted on Cody's community and wrote, the American Nightmare at Cody Rhodes wants to hear from you. Text him now, 404-737-2083. Cody said in the video, he discusses various topics with his fans, from AEW Dynamite, AEW to other interests. I didn't get the link for the video. Also noted, last night's AEW Dynamite episode, TNT saw Brody Lee, Luke Harper, debut as a Joshua, the leader of the Dark Order. Lee was always planned to be the leader of Dark Order. Once AEW confirmed that he would be free in signing with the promotion. According to UPW Insider, AEW played off the tease that the leader would be Matt Hardy as a way to help mask Lee's debut. Lee's debut would have received a louder pop in his hometown of Rochester, New York, but AEW was forced to move the show to Jacksonville due to the pandemic. Speaking of Matt's debut, at the end of the show, he will be replacing Nick Jackson in the Blood and Guts match between the Elite and the Inner Circle. Jackson has had some time off as he and his wife are expecting their third child. Also seen in tweets, Matt's wife, Rebe Hardy, confirmed that she was the one playing the piano on Wednesday night. Regarding the Blood and Guts match, PW Insider reports that the match will likely be pushed back from next week to March 25th. Inner Circle won the advantage in the match by winning last night's six-man main event, the Elite, against the Elite. No word yet on exactly why the match is being pushed back. But next week's show is currently scheduled to feature Wardlow versus the Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match, plus Best Friends versus the Lucha Brothers in a parking lot street fight. Also, next week's episode was moving from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, due to the coronavirus pandemic, likely to be taking place in Jacksonville at Daly's Place as well, as they did this week's show. On NXT results, I'm not going to say much because it was just a highlight show for the entire year. And that concludes my video for this week. So you want to be it? If you don't know, just comment, brothers and sisters.